All right, what's up, guys? Kind of a weird way to start the video. A bit of a Sam Solik uh, angle for this car. I don't do this, but I actually wanted to talk to you guys really quick before we get into the session. So, for these past, I think I would say 3 weeks, I've been training a little differently than before. As you guys know, I've been doing a bit of lower sets, lower reps with more higher intensity, and I've been doing some particular workouts that required more machinery. Okay, and that was because I was getting trained by someone, and I was also getting a bit of nutritional advice from someone. Before I got into coaching, I was taking about 4,200 calories, and my weight was plateauing at that intake. And so instead of, let's say, increasing the calories, unfortunately I decided to ignore it for like 2 months, and I didn't really do much about it. I don't know why. I don't know what was going through my head, but I didn't pay much attention to it. And so I thought, like, damn, I want to gain more mass and acquire a bit more experience, and right now I'm getting a little stuck. Why don't I just get training from someone? And so I found out that Dorian Yates actually did a bit of training. And so, yeah, that's what I was doing. I was getting trained by Dorian Yates Academy. Now, I was not getting trained by Dorian Yates himself, but I was getting trained in his academy by his, trainers. Yeah. People that he's trained, but he's like the person in charge of everything. Now, when I started out that particular program, they put me at a calorie intake from the start at 3,250 calories. It was a 40-40 split, meaning 40% of those calories were going into protein, 40% of those other calories were going into carbs, and the 20% was going into fats. And so that was about I think it was 300. I'm not exactly sure with the gram, but I know it was within 345 grams of protein. Then it was 345 grams of carbs and 75 grams of fat in a day. Yeah, that's a lot of protein, right? That's a lot of protein. It could seem a lot. I'm not entirely sure why the nutritionist over there gave me that exact split. I don't know the exact science behind it, but they just gave it to me and I followed it. I lost weight, obviously, because if you're coming from 4,200 and you drop to that, you're gonna lose weight. And so I lost weight. I got a bit more skinnier. And so the reason why, because you guys might be scratching my head but weren't you bulking? Yes, I was, but the point there was my coach was trying to find the baseline, even though I knew what my baseline is, which is the maintenance level. I knew that if I was eating, let's say, my baseline could be higher, yeah, because I gained muscle. I'm not at the same maintenance levels I was 8 months ago. So I know my maintenance level right now could possibly be like 3,400-ish, so probably around there. And so, or a little bit less, right? I'm not entirely sure, but I know it's not 3,250. But my coach didn't know that, right? They don't know me, they don't know that, and so it was kind of generic. And unfortunately, the workout plans that they were giving me were sort of like cookie cutter method, meaning that I'm not trying to shit on their program or something, but I found it to be a bit too basic for me, because the workouts that they were giving me was, you do maybe 8 workouts, you do 3 sets, and then your first set will be 50% of the intensity, the other 75% and 100%. But that sort of approach isn't exactly new to me, because I remember a while ago, like actually several years ago, when I first started, but then, before I took that long break, I remember I did a workout plan and it kind of talks something similar to that. It wasn't exactly 50 to 75 to 100%, but the load of 3 sets were similar. It was, I remember, like 60%, then to 80%, and then you get to 90%. It was something similar. And yeah, and so and the thing is, like, I noticed that, it's a high intensity training. Your first set's going to be your warm-up always, because if you do 50% of your max weight, it's nothing, it's like a warm-up. And then when you do a 75%, it's not a complete working set, in my opinion, because a 75% doesn't really do much, and especially now it could be different if you're doing more reps, but for me, I wasn't doing reps because that's not the point of high intensity. It's to keep it within a range of like 15 to 12 to 10 reps. Sometimes it depends on the workout. And the really climax is that last set. And because I trained solo, this is where that main issue came in, that I was definitely trying my hardest on all of those sets, but when I got to that last set, I could probably get to the last rep. But even if I was going to failure and I actually did this a lot, when I couldn't complete, let's say, a set of 12 reps and I could only get to 9 solo, I would bring it back, wait for a few seconds, and kind of help myself, and then actually squeeze it in, hold it in for 2 seconds, and then let go for a slow 3 seconds. And I kept doing that until I get to 12 reps. And guess what? I felt like, yes, there was a bit of muscle tears, right? Obviously, you're going to get muscle tears and such, and a little bit of lactic acid, but not as much as I had when I was training by myself. And that's where the main issue came in. So I thought to myself, like, no, I should probably go heavier or apply more range of motion into this thing, or just a bit more reps, because each body is different. But I can't do that because I'm training by myself. And so that's why what I'm really trying to say with all this, because I feel like maybe I could be ranting, from what I experienced training with Dorian's program, not training with him, right? That's something different. That was my intention. I thought that I was going to talk to Dorian directly and have video calls with him, but that was not the case, and that's very common in the fitness industry, unfortunately. There's a lot of that misleading, and you should watch out for it. But yeah, I feel like if you're a person like me who started out with training with a lot of volume, like Arnold, and then you go to Dorian's program, I'm not saying that it's not going to be effective, but the problem is I feel like you're really going to reach all those benefits if you have a spotter and a training partner to always push you, because it's no joke. That last set, you have to go, like, you have to push on to failure. You can't have enough reps, and you can't apply the rep system to go to failure, and you can feel it. Like, your last set has to be, it's like a different, like, your last set is going to be a difference from 0 to 100 compared to your second set. And that's where it was a big problem for me, because I didn't have a spotter, I didn't have a training partner, and it was very limiting. So that's why I actually, right now, I'm still in the academy, but I'm in the process of canceling it because it's not worth it. I'm trying to build mass. And so what am I doing right now? I just came to the gym. We're finally here. I'm gonna really do this. So my goal was to reach 165 pounds from this bulk. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna give myself about 8 months, and I started in January. So it was until August 20th. Right now it's about, I think it's August 27th on it. I don't know. I don't know what day it is today. But I'm going to continue bulking, and I'm going to continue bulking until I hit that weight. Because here's the thing. The point about bulking with the cutting is that the bulking is to reach as much muscle mass as you want it to in your goal, so that way when you reach your cut, you can remove a lot of the fat and actually see a lot of that muscle build that you did from that bulk. But I mean, if I stopped bulking about several days ago, the only muscles that would have shown in my cut by the peak of the cut would have been the muscles that I built so far, but I would have not seen that muscle mass I wanted at a weight of 160. And so you see, that's where I conflicted in myself, like, wait a minute, like, no, I think it's better for me to just bulk until I reach that weight. And yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm not tired of it. In fact, right now, like yesterday, I ate 4,400 calories. So I'm gonna eat about 200 calories more than what I ate last time. And really, the philosophy that I'm going to be doing from now on is that I'll eat at 4,400 calories, and I'll keep it that way for, let's say, almost 2 weeks. And if I gain weight, good, I'll keep it at that. I'll just keep eating that 4,400 calories, and until my weight plateaus for a week and a half or a week, that's when I'll start to increase it by 100 or 200 calories. I'll just keep increasing it. I'll keep increasing it until my weight gradually gets to 165 pounds. And I'm pretty sure that by doing this, my muscle sizes are going to get way bigger. So yeah, that's what I should have done from the start. But I was, I guess ignorance. I'm still a newbie. I haven't been training for a year yet. So anyways, that's enough ranting. Now that you guys have that in mind, today I actually don't have a lot of time to be in the gym. So because of that, I think I'll just do Dorian's back workout that I've been usually doing. It starts over with, you start first with pullover machines. Then you go to the underhand lat pull down. And then after that is the tripod row. After that one is cable back rows. And then after that one, it's, what is that called? Machine rear delts? Rear delt flies. And then you do deadlifts. Yeah, I'm not going to really change anything because I don't have much time. And yesterday, I trained my arms hard, like very hard. I trained yesterday not in Dorian's program. I trained it by myself because I noticed that my arms were getting a little bit bigger. But what I did by myself gets bigger, way more bigger. So yeah, let's get into training. All right, I'll see you guys there.